Right, folks, ready for chapter 12. Moving right along. This moves along quite quickly when you got the magic of the internet, and I can get these chapters working properly. Uh, of course, it's not real fast when I have to. Uh, I don't know what you call it when you have to compress the video and then upload the video. You probably notice that I don't do this in HD because that would just be too much for this computer. Anyway, maybe one day I'll have HD capability. It's all up to God. It's up to the Lord whether He wants to give me that. See if we can keep this going. Let's see. I don't know exactly how many chapters there are in the Bible, but if I could keep up the pace of uploading one a day, a year or so, we'd be done with this project. Maybe before the end of the world, or as they like to call it, the rapture, or the taking away of the bride of Christ. We'll get to that. But right now, we're just at chapter 12. So I'm going to start off with the King James Version this time. 12.
Genesis chapter 12. Now the Lord had said unto Abram,
Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sichem, unto the plain of Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land. And the Lord appeared unto Abram, and said,
Unto thy seed will I give this land.
And there builded he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land. And Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife,
Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee.
And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair. The princes also of Pharaoh saw her, and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen, and he-asses, and men-servants, and maidservants, and she-asses, and camels. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues, because of Sarai, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram, and said,
What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Why saidst thou, She is my sister? So I might have taken her to me to wife. Now, therefore, behold thy wife. Take her, and go thy way.
And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all that he had.
Well, needless to say, I believe God let his intentions be known about somebody messing with somebody else's wife, especially when it's one of his gentleman. He whooped the old menstrual cramps on Pharaoh there. Anyway, let's go ahead and read that from the Hebrew scriptures. That will be 12. This story here is kind of one to be interesting to see if they changed anything around due to the modern sexist stuff. So let's see what they've done with it here.
Bereshit chapter 12. And Yahweh said to Avram, Go yourself out of your land, from your relatives and from your father's house, to a land which I show you. And I shall make you a great nation, and bless you, and make your name great. And you shall be a blessing. And I shall bless those who bless you, and curse him who curses you. And in you all the clans of the earth shall be blessed. So Avram left, as Yahweh had commanded him, and Lot went with him. And Avram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. And Avram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their possessions that they had gathered, and the beings whom they had acquired in Haran. And they set out for the land of Canaan, and they came to the land of Canaan. And Avram passed through the land to the place of Shechem, as far as the terebinth tree of Moreh. At that time the Canaanites were in the land. And Yahweh appeared to Avram, and said, To your seed I give this land. And he built there a slaughter place to Yahweh, who had appeared to him. And from there he moved to the mountain east of Beit El, and he pitched his tent with Beit El on the west, and Ai on the east. And he built there a slaughter place to Yahweh, and called on the name of Yahweh. And Avram set out, continuing toward the south. And a scarcity of food came to be in the land. And Avram went down to Mitzrayim to dwell there, for the scarcity of food was severe in the land. And it came to be, when he was close to entering Mitzrayim, that he said to Sarai his wife, See, I know that you are a beautiful woman to look at, and it shall be, when the Mitzrites see you, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they shall kill me, but let you live. Please say you are my sister, so that it shall be well with me for your sake, and my life be spared because of you. And it came to be, when Avram came into Mitzrayim, that the Mitzrites saw the woman, that she was very beautiful. And Pharaoh's officials saw her and praised her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken to Pharaoh's house. And he treated Avram well for her sake. And he had sheep and cattle and male donkeys and male and female servants and female donkeys and camels. But Yahweh plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Avram's wife. And Pharaoh called Avram and said, What is this you have done to me? Why did you not inform me that she was your wife? Why did you say, She is my sister? And so I was going to take her for my wife. Look, here is your wife, take her and go. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away with his wife and all that he had.
So Sarai was a hottie, man. That was kind of like, I don't know, what's that movie star that everybody's going nuts over, or the country music star? That was, he went into Egypt with Taylor Swift on her donkey there. It was like everybody's going, ooh, hottie, and that just goes to show you to this days, fellas, having a beautiful wife can be a curse, because every guy is going to out there try to steal her. So if you get a beautiful wife, you better make sure she follows the Word of God, because if she's not a follower in God, she'll be gone. And I think it's probably what happens a lot of times out in Hollywood. You got these movie stars, and I can tell you from a guy point of view, guys will lie and say anything in the world to get in a girl's pants. We're just the biggest liars in the world when it comes to that. And unless that guy is a church-going guy, and the girl is if she's beautiful, she better be with the Lord. Otherwise, it won't work. And you'll still have to worry about every other guy that's not of the Lord trying to steal your wife from you. But anyway, now what I'm going to find interesting here is when it gets into this talking about women and stuff, how the newer versions of the Bible, this NIV would be the 2000 something version. Let's see how they how they word some of this sexist talk here. Let's see, 12. Here we go. Wait a minute. That's the wrong window. I was fixing to play this other one again. Let's go to 12. Come on, 12. There we go. Okay, let's see how it works.
Genesis 12. The Lord had said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you I will curse. And all peoples on earth will be blessed through you." So Abram went, as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, all the possessions they had accumulated, and the people they had acquired in Haran, and they set out for the land of Canaan, and they arrived there. Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Moreh at Shechem. At that time the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." So he built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he went on toward the hills east of Bethel, and pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord, and called on the name of the Lord. Then Abram set out and continued toward the Negev. Now there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down to Egypt to live there for a while, because the famine was severe. As he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarai, "I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife.' Then they will kill me, but will let you live. Say you are my sister, so that I will be treated well for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you." When Abram came to Egypt, the Egyptians saw that Sarai was a very beautiful woman. And when Pharaoh's officials saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and she was taken into his palace. He treated Abram well for her sake, and Abram acquired sheep and cattle, male and female donkeys, male and female servants, and camels. But the Lord inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh and his household because of Abram's wife Sarai. So Pharaoh summoned Abram. "What have you done to me?" he said. "Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why did you say, 'She is my sister,' so that I took her to be my wife? Now then, here is your wife. Take her and go." Then Pharaoh gave orders about Abram to his men, and they sent him on his way with his wife and everything he had.
Well, in the end, it worked out because Abram got to leave with all the donkeys and sheep and everything he got from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh, all he got was a case of the clap, or whatever it was that he got. So that wasn't no big difference. I mean, that's not a terrible big difference in the King James and the NIV and that. And that's where I expected there to be a bigger difference, but it wasn't a huge difference. If you look at, if you get an NIV, down at the bottom, if there's any scriptures changed, it mentions it down at the bottom. And well, I should have known right there. It didn't say much of anything was changed. In 11, back in chapter 11, I should have mentioned it. Instead of spelling out the numbers, they just write the numbers in. And they do that a lot in the NIV. Whereas the King James will write the word out, the NIV will just put the number in. So, anyway, that's it for chapter 12. We'll be back for chapter 13.